Welcome back. The Tran wins Baldur's Gate 3. We are bringing the Orphic Hammer to Kithrak Voss. We are on the way to the end game now. In post-production, during editing the videos, I'll be moving our characters in and out for dialogue.
The gods truly this petty.
You've come. We await your good word.
Come closer. Tell me what you see.
Consider the Dragonborn's face and mannerisms. Is there anything unusual about him?
His voice carries the weight of untold centuries, and his ridges are scarred with uncounted battles. This is no Dragonborn. This is a red dragon, the very same who carried Voss near the Gith crash.
I know you, Red Dragon. Voss was riding you near Kresh Yalek.
It is so. Call me Qudenos, Master of Flames, Splitter of Skies. I will be the one to carry Voss into battle against Vlaakith. And I will be the one to breathe the flames that melt her.
A Red Dragon rebel. How many more of you are there?
More than I could count. We were pacted by the Archdevil Tiamat and forced to serve the Githyanki. It is to the people that I'm loyal, not to the Lich Vlaakith, a corpse in Gith clothing. I know Orpheus, just as I knew his mother. A new future will be planted in the wake of the comet. Until we meet again, mortal. I look forward to fighting alongside you. Vlaakith will tremble at the sound of our roar. Even with Prince Orpheus to guide.
Have you brought the Orphic Hammer?
Who is this new companion of yours?
Not a new companion, but an old one, and a loyal one. A proper introduction is in order, but I will let him do the honors.
I've retrieved the hammer.
Istik, friend to Orpheus. Together we will end the Elder Brain which shakes this city. Then I turn my sights to Vlaakith, the Queen of Deceit. When you break Prince Orpheus free, his psionic cry will alert us. I will fly to your side. Together, we will fell the Elder Brain and thwart the Grand Design.
Let's go and warp over to the Morphic Pool dock. This is where we fought the cranium rats. We sent in Shadowheart by herself, and she just liquefied everybody with a combination of Armor of Agathis and Lightning, I believe. Once you enter this place, there is no turning back. You will no longer have access to your camp or the items stored there. New players will not be able to join your party. Do you wish to proceed? We will be having other characters join us, but that's because I'm running this multiple times and clipping in things to show some sort of sense of coherency. For example, if we left without Gale in our party, we'd never be able to talk to him. But you don't have to worry about that, because I will make the run multiple times for you.
Pristine darkness in every direction. Silence, but for the gentle, rhythmic slap of water on rock as your vessel cuts through.
If you only played one normal playthrough of Baldur's Gate, you've only been able to speak to 3 of your companions. You would have missed out on the rest of them. Let's go ahead and rectify that now. And if it matters, our half-orc, neutral evil character is in a romance with Minthara, which didn't really change a whole lot.
An overwhelming force pushes into your mind. The brain. It is here.
Pawn through anomaly. Erase. Remove. Extinguish.
Can you smell it? The brine. It's infused with magic. The brain is here.
Lead on, soldier. This nasty hole is nothing on us.
You hanging in there all right?
Fuck yes, soldier. I'm burning hard and fast and ready to fight a big old brain.
The aura of Netheril hangs heavy in this place. The brain is close, as is the crown, as is victory. Dare we begin to hope?
What will you do when we get hold of the crown?
When? I'm glad you have such confidence in our endeavor. I confess, my own's not constructed from such immutable materials. I don't dare to picture the crown in my hands. Not when there's the small matter of an enormous city-conquering brain beneath it. But if we overcome that obstacle, I will do everything.
Honestly, I was expecting an all-powerful brain to have a lair that was a little, flashier. Not immaculately designed or anything, just to have a sense of drama to it.
How are you faring?
Oh, as well as can be expected when facing down the end of the world.
Do you think we can win this?
Please, darling. You have the vampire ascendant on your side. How could we lose?
The Netherbrain shakes us, quakes us, claws at our minds, and all for naught. It's afraid. It knows we will fight it, and it knows we can win.
You're in astoundingly good spirits given the circumstances.
Courage, insight, strategy, justice. These were the lessons my father taught me. They are the shields that protect us from the Netherbrain's attacks, and the blades with which we will strike it. Suffering and hate can never prevail, for as long as we wield them. Our winding paths lead to one certain end: victory.
The brain is near. Let it be your one and only focus.
How are you holding up?
I am iron, steel, and silver. I am my mother's blade. Chmar Zala Gith.
Are you ready to face the Netherbrain?
I am. Never again will my people suffer under illithid enslavement. Zai, Zai, Zai!
The belly of the beast. The sooner we kill this thing, the better.
How are you faring?
Honestly, I think self-reflection may be the enemy just now. I can't afford to lose my nerve. Safer to just not think and keep forging ahead.
Do you think we can win this?
I do. Think of all we've been through just to get to this moment. That wasn't luck, that was us. Let's just stay shoulder to shoulder and see this through.
We draw near to the beast's den, where it will be most desperate. I need no tadpole to feel that much.
The brain is near. Can you smell it? Salt and sweat and... Ah, those are the strains of our little boat ride, says Boo. But no matter. It is the smell of victory all the same.
Do you think we can win this?
I think you are thinking too much, my friend. That is why your brainworm grows fat, while mine own withers from starvation. You are a barbarian, are you not? The brain will wilt before our rage, and stain itself in its own fluids. But, if Minsk's words are not enough, then listen to those of one far wiser than he.
there, my friend. You ask if Minsk thinks this battle can be won? Minsk and Boo have no need of thinking. Minsk and Boo know.
This is it, my friend. One last battle to decide all.
How are you faring?
With the end upon us? So long as I'm surviving, and I have you by my side, I am faring as well as anyone can be.
You think we can win?
I know we can. Think of all that we've already survived. Our foes should quake to see us approach them.
When we return to the surface, there is no telling what carnage the brain will have wrought. We must be ready for all-out war.
This could be our last moment together.
No. If this is to be our end, we will die together. But do not think of endings. Think of the glorious battle to come, and rejoice that we have a part in it.
How are you faring?
We are in the midst of a battle against a being that can kill worlds with a thought, and we are still standing. I am faring exceptionally well, given the circumstances.
Do you think we can win this?
I know that we can. If you have doubts, rid yourself of them. They are infectious.
You find some gold here and some books, but really there's not much point to picking up the gold. Goods delivered upstairs. Terra Azul, 6 pouches of Dream Mist, vials. These talks with the 3 are going nowhere. I don't know what they want, but I'm close to just cutting contact. No good comes from negotiating with the deranged.
What path lies before me? Preparing, calculating, evolving.
That felt like a hatchet to the skull.
Stronger than before. Much stronger.
We've got to be close.
Dominated. Controlled.
If we go off to the side passages, we can find a corpse, and then later you speak with the dead on another corpse of the same last name. I'm trying to get this trap to trigger. Why aren't you guys attacking me? Okay, well, whatever. There we go. I guess you just have to walk up here.
Chase. Devour.
I haven't actually done this as a fight yet, because on my run-throughs just to collect the dialogues, I drank an invisibility potion and ran right through everybody. Yeah, was not expecting that. Well, to sit all these people, I've never really cast a low-level chromatic orb at anybody. Yeah. With the cold of the week, it did. I guess I wanted to say a lot of damage, but actually not that much. Slashing Flourish these 2. Then we can cast something like Confusion on this group right here. Finish that one off. We have 27 hit points on this one. And this is not a chasm, so I couldn't just knock him into it and kill him. They are kind of nicely lined up, but will that break confusion? Wanders around aimlessly, occasionally skips turns in a stupor. It doesn't say hitting him going to break confusion. Who's alive? Oh, okay. Well, that's disappointing. Okay, so this is, as you can see, but this is my first take of this. If I had realized exactly what's going to happen here, I think we would have primed those lightning bolts a little better. But it might be good enough. These are just an appetizer.
These creatures were not themselves. Corruption is in the air. It infects everything it touches.
Thrall. Freed. Break. Control.
In this room right here, you can speak with the dead on that guy. But there's no plot relevance to him. He just talks about how he ran here, got separated.
Light on my feet.
Execute.
This pounding.
Can't be far now.
Execute.
But what we will do is I will go ahead and save here, and there is a high difficulty check just about to happen, and we're going to make sure we roll 20 on that one by loading until we hit it.
Deathly silence. The air is stale and putrid.
It's close. Have the stones ready.
Your blood slows. Your senses strung so tight they could snap in an instant.
You think you know why you are here? You think that by killing the Chosen and taking the Netherstones, you can destroy me? You are wrong.
It's messing with your mind. Don't listen to it. Use the stones. Muster the full might of my physical form, throwing it into breaking the brain's defenses.
You already have... we'll go and just drink one of those, might as well. Can I do both? I can do both.
By eliminating Ketheric, Orin, and Gortash, you have simply unbound me. Exactly as I intended. The crown is now mine to command. Mine alone.
Don't listen to it. Focus on the crown. Nothing is immune to influence. Determined to master the brain.
The crown is not my weakness. It is what made me what I am. I needed the crown to build an army. I needed the Chosen to bring it to me. They would not have surrendered it freely, so I gave them what they wanted. Power. Just enough that they would play their part in my design. Their part has ended. The next orders will be mine.
I won't allow it. Again, dominate it. I am strong. I am mighty. I will dominate the brain.
And you had your role to play too. Who do you think told the Chosen about the Astral Prism? Who do you think planted the knowledge of Orpheus's power and the fear of what it could do? When the Chosen sent my thralls to retrieve the prism, who do you think let the Emperor slip its leash, knowing it would be the one to bring you to me?
We were part of its plan.
I only needed one Netherstone loosened from the Chosen's grasp to guarantee my freedom. You brought all three back to me. In doing so, you have liberated me. This was your role, and it is complete. Now you will witness the grand design.
We can't afford to let that happen.
Again! The grand design must not come to pass! We need to put a stop to this now!
We have to stop it! It's now or never!
Shit! No! It's all been leading to this! We stop the brain! Now!
No! We have to stop this! No, we cannot give up. Not after all we've been through.
No, the abomination shall witness our vengeance. Refocus your efforts.
We are not done yet. Try again.
No! Minsk of Rashiman has never bowed to a brain, and he will not begin today! Again!
Dominate the brain!
This is the one that you have to roll 20. So I will see you when we get there. Doesn't matter what bonuses we'll spend here. Doesn't matter what my strength is. It could be 1. Didn't even have to be strength. But I'm just gonna keep rolling inspirations until we get there. Okay, finally. Alright. There's not too much value in doing it, but this is for the video.
This is not over. you out just in time. The situation is worse than I thought. This is an Elder Brain, no longer. The magic of the crown has caused it to evolve. It has become something more. A Nether Brain.
You pulled me out too soon. I nearly had it.
Do not exaggerate. You nearly died. I saved you, yet again. It has been anticipating our every move from the start. I underestimated it. We will need to rethink our plan.
The Netherbrain believes it will rise victorious, but it could never predict the extent of our might and the heat of our fury. But first, we must attend to the captive prince. We've returned to the prism, but with no means to free Orpheus. Are my people doomed to eternally suffer at the hands of the Lich Queen Vlaakith?
It sure seems that way.
No. I won't abandon the Great Mother's only son. We must speak to the Emperor. There might be another way to free the prince.
There I was thinking we were finally about to put an end to all of this. Too good to be true, I suppose.
Hardly an ideal place to chat, but I'll allow it.
I knew we hadn't seen the last of this place. Come, let's hear what the Emperor has to say. I can't say we've much of a choice.
This could be the end for us, Will.
Ah, that little voice in the back of our minds. All is lost, it cries out. And it's all too easy to believe it. There's only one good response to it. Shut the hell up. You are not just your fear and your doubts. You are your bravery and your valor, your skill and your strength. Let those voices drown out the others. They're the ones that will guide you to victory.
Seems the Brain's more reluctant to let go of the crown than we anticipated. Separating the crown from that monstrosity will be harder than we imagined. It might be time to reconsider our strategy.
We were so close. We almost had it. But those odds were impossible.
I had hoped the stones would have ensured our victory by now, but it was not to be. Let us press on. This is not over while we still draw breath.
While we still draw breath, we cannot lose hope, my love.
Come. We are not beaten yet.
The Illithid lied about his nether pebbles. Only say the word, and Minsk will feed them to him.
Let's head on down. Yes, I actually did hide the hammer somewhere, and I think this whole section could actually be edited out of the game or in the video, and just move from our portaling into here, after we dealt with the Netherbrain, and then our portaling out. I think the gameplay would have just been much smoother. This whole section just feels very, very forced, arbitrary to me. Contrived, perhaps.
Moving in.
I don't know. And maybe the upcoming evil patch is going to make this better.
I have assessed our encounter with the Netherbrain from every angle. I know why we failed. The problem was not the stones. The problem was you. You can make only one move at a time. But the Netherbrain calculates every possible move at once. It knows what you will do. It knows everything you could possibly do. You cannot outmaneuver it. To defeat it, you would have to think like an Illithid. Better yet, be one. Your mind is not capable of this. Mine is. You will give the stones to me. I will assimilate Orpheus, and then I will be able to leave this prison to face the brain.
this fella and his ultimatums. But he's forgetting one thing. We could become Illithid. I mean, I could. You could trust me to do what needs to be done.
When you say assimilate Orpheus, what do you mean by that?
I will consume his thoughts, his knowledge, his brain.
So you would kill him. He is Gith's heir. You'd be the Githyanki people's betrayer. You'd be my betrayer.
I realize he is of some significance to you, but he is of even more value to our cause.
So this next segment here is going to be a what-if scenario, but it's not the one we will be picking because it just makes no sense. But since we've already completed the side quest leading up to it, we might as well explore and show you the content behind it. But this whole segment is just ludicrous. It's baffling. Why do we need to kill Orpheus? So that we can have his powers and be safe from the Netherbrain? We're already safe from the Netherbrain. Seriously. Okay, and becoming Illithid has nothing to do with Orpheus. That is an entirely separate beast, no matter how we slice this dialogue tree.
Life is important. I will not let you hurt the Githyanki.
You still don't trust me. After all we've been through, remember, I have been your salvation from the very beginning. Your knight in shining armor. I freed you from the Nautiloid. Prevented you from crashing to your death. I have protected you ever since, at no small cost to myself. I came to you as a leader, but I did not shy away from showing you vulnerability. I needed you as much as you needed me. I was not above recognizing this. When you discovered my true identity, I did not flinch from the truth. I never lied to you, not once. I am just like you. We have the same enemy, the same story. I encouraged you to fulfill your potential, all while protecting you from harm. Now I ask you for the last time to trust me. Release the Netherstones to me.
Why should I trust you? You withheld information from me at every turn.
It is true that I withheld reality. I showed Orpheus and his guards as evil beings. And I appeared to you in the form of someone you would trust. Someone who wasn't a mind flayer. But I am a mind flayer. Illusion is my language, just as words and actions are yours. Do not judge me for being true to myself. I have never judged you.
I will never give you the stones.
I told you we had one solution. You rejected it. I told you I sought only one thing. Freedom. You have denied me this. You have exhausted our alliance, and in so doing, you have ruined us all. I did everything I could to avoid this. But it seems you have whittled my options down to a single one. In order to survive, I must now join the Netherbrain.
We're out of options.
There's no other way. If the Netherbrain is to die, the true heir must be consumed.
Here we all are, at the end of everything. The final stanza.
This we can only get to happen if, number one, we don't agree to turn into an Illithid, and then we get the Emperor to turn against us. If we agree to turn into an Illithid, we get something called the Astral Tadpole or something like that. And then even if we turn the Emperor against us, Raphael will not show up.
Tick tock. You can't avoid talking to me forever. Didn't your mother ever tell you not to keep a devil waiting?
We also have to have lost the hammer and then kill him.
Those shackles look rather fetching on you, Orpheus. Shame about the imprisonment. This is really too perfect. When the ballads are composed and the history books are written, they'll commemorate your battle across the High Hall. The blows you struck against the gods themselves will echo down through the ages. The great hero of Baldur's Gate, conqueror of the Netherbrain, your deeds will be timeless. And nobody will ever know that your feeble-minded negligence almost doomed the world in the last moment. The Orphic hammer. You misplaced it. But I'll make sure the bards don't hear about this little moment of negligence. After all, we're associates in this great endeavor.
Free Orpheus and follow his lead. Then give that Netherbrain hell. I'll come to collect the crown when you've triumphed.
The gate is gone. Our mission is set. Raphael saw to that. Smash the crystals with the hammer and free the Prince of the Comet. Gith's beloved son will lead us to a sure victory against the Netherbrain.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and equip this.
Let's get this over with.
As the Githyanki prince takes his blade, a silent cry pierces your head. It's unlike any sensation you've ever felt.
You reek of Illithid. You destroyed a Githyanki creche, and you slaughtered my honor guard. Nonetheless, it seems we must be allies.
Your Majesty, the Prince of the Comet, Gith's true heir. It is an honor.
Do not patronize me. You rejected the Illithid when it no longer suited your needs. No doubt you freed me because it suits you now. I will neither forgive nor forget your abuse of my powers.
Drop the attitude. Those disasters you just mentioned are more notches on my scorecard. You're free now, aren't you?
I could have been free much sooner. You had the opportunity to surrender yourself to my honor guard. They would have given you a noble end. Any worthy individual destined to become Geik would have done so. My guard would have freed me, and I would have stopped the Elder Brain before it evolved into a Netherbrain. All that suffering, avoidable, were it not for the choices you made.
If whining's all you're going to do, I'll just leave you here then.
Not so quickly. The Geik was correct about one thing. The Netherbrain's power is beyond us. The hardest metal in the world would not cut through its mind, for it is made of thought itself. At this point, it will take an Illithid to unleash the full potential of the Netherstones.
Someone will need to turn into a mind flayer? Are you willing to do that?
Just as I was free. I will do it. I will become Illithid. I will sacrifice my soul for my people. I will end the grand design.
My prince, you cannot. This is not your burden to bear.
You are a true hero.
The Netherbrain will be only too pleased to claim me.
My prince, no!
Even in my darkest hours, I knew it was my destiny to save my people. I could never have imagined this would be the way. Give Tavkim crushed. All to wield these. Let us seek out the Nether Brain and finish this. Once the grand design is ended, kill me. It is the very least you can do. Come. It's time for us to meet our fates and end this illithid nightmare. Through the portal, with haste. Come.
I will not forget what you did here today, nor will the Githyanki people. We have unchained the true bear. First, he will lead us to victory against the Netherbrain. Then, he will loose the Githyanki from Vlakit's undead talons. Come, let this day be the Netherbrain's last.
Yeah, that's everything that happens once you get the Orphic Hammer. Let's go ahead and load, and we'll continue. It's not because I'm desperately in the Emperor's camp. This decision makes no sense. If Orpheus was left to his own designs, he probably would also raid and pillage all of Toril, which is the planet that the continent of Faerun is on. Because that's what the Githyanki do. Just like Mind Flayers eat brains, Githyanki pillage and burn.
Would I be able to wield the stones myself if I become a Lithid and assimilate Orpheus?
In theory, yes. You have embraced transformation so far, but this would be a complete evolution. And you'll be an Illithid for the rest of your days. Is this really something you would be willing to accept?
Hang on. We need to talk this through. There's so much at stake.
The Emperor might be right, but we're not out of options yet. Let me transform. I'm not long for this world. I can feel it. You can trust me to use the stones as we planned. To defeat the brain and nothing more. It's the perfect solution. Say you agree. Please.
If this is the end for you, you should go out as yourself, not a Mind Flayer.
I'd rather be a Mind Flayer than have to watch you become one. You still get to live. Do it as you. If this is the end for me, let me be the motherfucker who saved the world.
I can't, Karlach. I'm sorry. I want it to be me, not you.
I know you. I know you know your own mind. If this is what you want, then all I can say is, give 'em hell, soldier. I won't have to look at you much longer anyway, so really I'm getting the good end of the deal.
This isn't a decision to take lightly. We should talk first. I trust you and stand by you. However you choose, the blade is at the ready.
This is not the kind of decision to make based solely on your own wisdom. You must discuss it privately. Quite the choice you're faced with. Surrender the Netherstones to a Mind Flayer, or surrender your soul and become one. If you need advice, I'll do my best, though I have to say I've not much to draw on in this case. It's rather a unique predicament to have landed yourself with.
What do you think I should do?
As it stands, I see no option free of sacrifice in one form or another. So the question becomes, what are you willing to give up? Relinquish the stones, and you place your fate in the hands of a creature whose trustworthiness is hardly guaranteed. Keep the stones, and you relinquish the very essence of your being, your soul, your emotions, your purpose. You would lose everything, and might live with such a loss for eternity. All I can say is whatever choice you make, if it leads us to taking the crown, it will be worth it. And I will ensure you are well taken care of.
Actually, that's not why I wanted to talk to you. It's about the orb.
The orb? Why ever would we need to talk about that? I assure you, it remains stable as ever in spite of our encounter with the Netherbrain. The Carside Weave is primed for godhood, as soon as we have the crown within our grasp.
Glad to hear it.
You'll soon have far greater things to be glad of. I promise you that.
Before you decide, let us speak. By Mother Gith's silver blade, are we left with no choice but to assimilate the Prince of the Comet? No. For as long as I live, I will not let Gith's only son perish. Let Orpheus be consumed, and I will split both you and the Ghaik straight down the middle.
Lae'zel's words sound final, but within the recesses of your mind, a realization sparks. When you next speak to the Emperor, you might still convince Lae'zel to accept Orpheus's assimilation.
Make your choice. Endure the consequences.
This isn't a decision to make in haste. Let's discuss it together beforehand. Suppose we can't claim to be shocked. The Emperor's wanted us to embrace our powers the whole time. This is the logical final step. I can't face the thought of it myself, though. I've only just been able to start living on my own terms. I can't surrender that. You're the only one who can make this decision. And whatever you choose, I'll be by your side.
Let's not be hasty about this. I think this warrants a more private discussion. Away from that silver-tentacled illithid. So, we can't wield the stones unless one of us becomes an illithid. More of an illithid in your case. Huh. Maybe we should hand the stones over to the Emperor.
I'm not sure. What do you think?
You're asking me? Oh, darling, I don't know. Flip a coin if you need to. However it lands, I'm sure you'll make the right choice.
I'll do it. I'll become a Mind Flayer. I'm not afraid.
Really? Gods. All right. Better you than me.
This is not a decision to make in haste. Let us talk it over first. A cruel choice lies before you. I can only speculate how you must feel. But I know that you, above all, are sure to make the right choice.
Do not take this step without consulting me. You decide all of our fates. To become a Mind Flayer while retaining your sense of self would not be a sacrifice. It would be an evolution. Embracing your illithid self may give us the greatest chance of dominating the brain and taking control.
Hold a moment. We are not so short on time that we cannot stop and think about this. How convenient that the key to our salvation is the very corruption your illicit friend has been asking you to embrace all along.
This is not a decision to be taken lightly. At the very least, take a moment to seek Bu's wisdom. To take on the Flayer form, there must be another way to defeat the brain, surely. If not, better we fight on anyway, and die beautiful!
I trust you have aired opinions and grievances and made your decision. Are you ready to become a Mind Flayer?
It will let me wield the stones. I accept.
Very well. I have the means to evolve you. I took this one from the Nautiloid. I have been nurturing it ever since, priming it for is not dissimilar to the experience you already had with the previous one. Only this one is much more potent. All you have to do is open your mind to it. Its latent potential will do the rest.
Open my mind to the parasite.
The boundary between thought and feeling is gone. Your mind and body are as one, bristling with concentrated cerebral energy. Exactly as the Emperor described. But there is something else. An emptiness to be filled, a hunger to be sated. It is overwhelming.
You feel it, don't you? The hunger. Embrace it. Feed.
Stop. You would keep my people chained to their damnable queen. I should have trusted my gut. Driven a blade through your throat at first chance. You want Orpheus dead. You'll have to kill me first.
This is the only way, Lazo. You know it just as well as I do.
Lies. You have been seduced by empty promises, gay tricks. To think I ever hoped for more from you. You have damned my people for eternity. Assimilate Orpheus, and I will rip off your every limb and bask in your agony.
We have no way to free Orpheus. Assimilation is our only option.
By Gith's eternal grace. Do it. We will end the grand design. And then we will go our separate ways.
I'm sure you will learn how to do it more gracefully with time. But you have done what is necessary. The greater challenge now lies ahead of us. The Netherbrain. Come. We must follow the Brain's path. This time, we will not fail.
Great Mother Gith, your son has fallen.
Come.
The comet
It's time
is
to
no
leave.
more.
Ugh. Awful.
Let us just hope that we chose wisely.
We'll continue with this party for just a little bit because there's something I want to show you.
We proceed together.
My prince, may your mother forgive me. And may the Githyanki people one day know the freedom they so richly deserve.
I think we're done here. I'll certainly be glad to see the back of it anyway.
I can't talk when we have a city to save, darling. At least the bits of it that are worth saving.
Ready when you are.
Gather your wits, tend to your weapons. It's time to leave this damnable prison behind, once and for all.
We've a city to save. I think it's about time we got started.
Nothing remains for us here. Let us leave and seek out the final reckoning.
The way is open. Let us go to war.
You know this might be the easy part. No planning, no doubt. Just the impossible task ahead. So try to have a little fun, yes?
Back to the city. Who thinks it is time for a second bite of this brain?
consume you.
We must be getting close. Stay on your guard.
Such blazing wonder. The sky swarming with red dragons. They may roar Vlaakith's name, but I can't deny their beauty. For this one moment, in this one battle, the Lich Queen and I share a common cause. The Netherbrain's defeat, and the Grand Design's failure.
You must be disgusted with me, now that I look like a mind flayer.
My instinct is to flay you where you stand. But I am more than my instinct.
Are you ready to face the Netherbrain?
The Prince of the Comet is fallen, and so I blaze a path to victory in his name. Never again will my people suffer under illithid enslavement. Zai, Zai, Zai!
High Hall. There's nowhere else to go. This is where it all ends.
I'm no longer the orc I once was. Can you accept that?
Of course. You look different, there's no denying that. But I think you're still the same, deep down. You're doing what's necessary, for all of us. That's why I've been by your side this whole time.
I always dreamed of walking these halls, you know. Enjoying the luxury of the ducal palace. And look at it now.
How do you feel about my transformation?
I admit, I'm a little torn. You are repulsive, but just think of all the power you can access. It's a compelling mixture in an ally.
Do you think we can win this?
But of course, with my power and your tentacles, how could we lose?
The High Hall was once a beacon of promise, of wisdom, of celebration. Now, well, it's just a beacon for all manner of horrors and pity.
How do you like my new look?
I'd be lying if I said it wouldn't take some getting used to. What could a few extra tentacles do to a bond as strong as ours, eh? When all this is over, we'll have time enough to unpick the specifics of your new condition. Psionics alone could take months to thoroughly evaluate, not to mention the matter of your diet. But I'm getting ahead of myself. We've a Netherbrain to defeat. Then we get to the fun stuff.
How do you feel about using the orb if all else fails?
I'd need a ream of parchment longer than an Elderbrain's stem to capture the tumult I feel at that particular prospect. But I'm ready, if that's the word you need to hear. If you call on me, I will not let you down.
Do you think we stand a chance against the Netherbrain?
I'm cautiously optimistic. Though, with the time left to us and the amount still to be done, it's best we don't take anything for granted. Who knows what shape these final moments of ours might assume? Not I. Not Mistra. Not even you. But whatever my fate might be, I'll be glad to greet it in such fine company.
Eyes ahead, soldier. We're nearly there.
I'm a mind flayer now. How do you feel about that?
It should have been me. But what can I say? A few tentacles look good on you.
Death and devastation. Blood and battle. So, our path is set. And we've no choice but to follow. It's afraid. It knows we will fight it. And it knows we can win.
I'm illithid now. I'm everything we tried to avoid becoming.
You are not a Lithid, no matter what your reflection might tell you. You serve no hive mind. You tend to your own thoughts. You act of your own will. No. You are a champion. The hero who will end the greatest scourge the coast has ever known.
Devastation beyond measure. We must prevail. We must heal the damage that has been wrought.
My new form, does it repulse you?
The sight is unnatural, but I can look past the form to the spirit within. You did this for all of us. I'm indebted, not repulsed.
Does your blood sing as mine does, my love? There is no time for words. Let us join the battle.
Do you think we can win this?
I think our odds have improved greatly now that you have accepted your full illithid potential. I have felt your mind at the edges of my consciousness ever since we met. It is no longer confined to the edges. Now it is an immensity that surrounds me. My tadpole hungers to join with it, and I envy the power that it gives you. Nothing can stop us.
Come. We are not beaten yet.
What do you see when you look at me now?
The same person who walked into the Last Light Inn. Though I might have more trouble dangling you in vines, now you can float. Now come. You can gaze into a mirror when all of this is done.
What do you think your children are doing right now?
I have no idea. I left no parting words this time. They already know everything they need to. Besides, we're coming back. All of us.
What do you think of our chances?
This is not my first time fighting for the fate of this damned city. I thought I'd die in any one of the last 3 apocalypses. I have been wrong every time. Long may it continue.
You have made some fine friends along your way. Each one a sword for the fight, a heart for your cause, and a boot for evil's underbelly. Minsk and Boo are honored to be counted among them.
How do you feel about me being a mind flayer now?
You are my friend still, and so honesty is owed. You are hideous. Your overripe melon head begging to be squashed. Your black and beady little eyes. Your... yes, Boo. Sorry. The point is this. I still see the soul behind your eyes. And if you have taught me one thing, it is that all heroes need not look like Minsk. That would be far too confusing for my hamster.
Let's head up these stairs into a next ambush.
Danger, Geich! Vile thing! My prince is dead, his death scream heard across the entire astral plane. Our future broken. You have stolen everything from me, Illithid, and you will suffer for it.
I came to face the Netherbrain. If I have to kill you first, so be it.
You think you can... Wait. I know that voice.
I am no thrall, and this is no Geich. This was a necessary sacrifice to end the grand design.
I know what I see. A Geich master and its servants. Whoever you are, whatever you are overdue a death. Akazith! Betrayer! You will not be the end of me, and you will not be the end of Prince Orpheus!
He has ready to parry activated, but I want to get close enough that he becomes steeped in bliss. Let's go ahead and use up his parry. To begin with, we're going to go and cast Sanctuary. I'm not expecting it to land. This is just a bonus action spell, which will result in enemy counterspelling, and I still have an action to cast something with. Alright, as for parry, I think if we just shoot at him, well, we'd have to connect. It's a 60% chance. Let's try. Alright. So he's blocked it. Now Lae'zel can go in for the kill. It's got a little bit of hit points left, but we should be able to take care of that. Can Misty step up here? How about like right next to you? Can I do that? Actually, we'll drink a potion of speed instead. If I don't kill him in the first round, he will actually just teleport away. We're not planning on keeping this. I'm just showing you Lae'zel's reaction. Nice. And because that used up his parry, I can just imagine what it must have looked like. As his teammate goes flying to him and he blocks. Yeah, you're gonna disarm a Mind Flayer's sword? I don't think that's what people are scared of when it comes to Mind Flayers. Unfortunately, he's not on the ground, otherwise we could try Extract Brain. So I'll just go ahead and take a regular swing. We do have Aura of Murder on. On the corpse, we find Silver Sword of the Astral Plane. I think we stole this exact sword at the beginning of the game. And a Githyanki crossbow. Let's go ahead and talk to Lae'zel. For some reason, she doesn't have the exclamation mark over her, so I'll have to put in footage. We're doing this battle again because I think I have to let Voss escape in order for it to trigger talking to Lae'zel about butchering the Githyanki. So there's a little bit of irony there. I could completely stun him and kill him with this turn, but we're gonna let him go. I'll let him escape. Yeah, there's an irony in that in order to get the I killed Githyanki text or dialogue, we're gonna let him take an opportunity attack at me, that I have to let them live. I didn't mean for you to be stunned. Just teleport, dude. I'm trying to let you live. There you go. Alright, now we'll make a save here and we'll chat with Lae'zel.
Skvar! What fool would strike our greatest ally? I've half a mind to tear your limbs off one by one. By Mother Gith's silver sword, what were you thinking?
I like fighting Githyanki. Thought I'd have a bit of fun.
Is that so? Then who would I be to deny you your fun? Hataka!
Goodbye. Complete the Githyanki warrior. Alright, let's go and load and try out those other options.
Smile, but say nothing.
Silence is all you can muster. An extraordinary show of contempt from one I've called ally. I will not forgive this, and I will not forget this.
Honestly, I just wanted to see how you'd react.
Is my life nothing but a game of Lanceboard to you? Is it your habit to smash the pieces as your finishing move?
It was just a mistake, Lae'zel. I got carried away.
The mistake? Spilling your soup, mispronouncing a word. These are mistakes. Attacking the prince's greatest champion. That is contempt. Our alliance grows fragile. See that you don't break it.
I'm not as keen on Orpheus' release as you are, Lae'zel.
You skaketh! We will return Orpheus to his people, or you will feel the heat of my fury. On this, you have my word.
This is completely unnecessary, and it doesn't really change much about the game, but it's just something we're gonna do. Should we ever need this, we can always come back for it, but... Take this Orphic hammer, place it inside, and we'll head on out.